Facebook.
What's up?
Facebook Live.
What's up?
So we're here, we're filming, we're shooting Crate Talk. This will probably air. I don't know. I'll try to get it out tomorrow. I don't know what time.
It's whenever. It'll be there.
So here we go, we're doing this. We got a lot of topics to get into today. So we're gonna kick it off. The main camera's over there, so don't be offended if we're not staring at you. Alright, awesome. You ready?
Yep, let's go.
How's it going, everybody? This is Crate Talk. Welcome back. Of course, as always, it's
Adam,
Scott.
George.
Scott, Adam, Scott.
Yep.
One of us is one of us.
Yep.
We have scoured the interweb over the course of the week to kind of find some of the things that people are talking about that are relevant within the context of television and cinema, comic books, fantasy, sci-fi, all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of things people talk about. We ignore most of it and just kind of zero in on actual interesting kind of topics.
Right.
You know, because we're not going to talk about the pictures that leaked from the Star Wars set because I don't care. I want to just watch the movie. I don't really care about, you know, somebody had a telephoto lens up on the ridge and shot a picture. It's like, dude, I don't need that. I just want to watch the movie. As it is, I don't think I'm going to watch any more trailers for Star Wars.
What? Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
No, I'm not going to watch any more. I'm not going to watch any more trailers for Star Wars. I'm not going to watch, what's up, Big Lou? Good to see you, son. I'm not going to watch any more trailers for Star Wars. I'm not going to watch any trailers at all.
Wait. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Because can y'all see all this Star Wars stuff back here? This man has said,
Yeah.
one of the biggest Star Wars fans I know personally,
Yep.
they said that you're not going to watch any more. And they have yet to even start really hitting us with
I know,
the marketing.
I know, and it's like, 'cause I don't want to see it, bro. I just want to see it. Let me tell you a story.
Really?
Let me tell you a story.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
I successfully managed to avoid every single bit of marketing for the Avengers. Everything. I didn't see any TV trailers. I didn't see any film trailers. I was a dude in the cinema, like, that was me doing that. I didn't see anything. And because I didn't see anything, when I finally saw the Avengers, all of it was new.
Really?
All of it. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know about the invasion of New York. I didn't know anything about that movie at all.
Okay.
So it was all like new information.
You're not going to watch any trailers?
And it was amazing. It was amazing. No, I'm not going to watch any trailers for that.
So it means you're also going to have to completely almost segregate yourself from Facebook or any kind of social media once this stuff starts kicking off. They start publishing more photos, more.
Well, first of all,
marketing
pictures
material.
I know what Ray looks like. You know, I know what Luke looks like. Like, they're not going to show any pivotal scenes in a photograph. So I might see a picture. The trick is going to be not reading. Like, making sure I catch myself before I read the headline that goes with the picture.
Okay.
Because that's where, like, absentmindedly you sit there.
Yeah.
And then it's just like the annihilation of the rebellion. Like, oh, damn. You know,
Right.
Luke's other hand gets cut off. What? I'm not going to be able to forget that.
Damn it.
Um,
Damn it.
So,
We share this thing.
well, same thing with, I'm not going to watch anything for Infinity War. Well, I'm not going to watch a damn thing. Not one. I'm not going to watch any.
You heard it here first.
I'm not going to watch any
You heard it here first. Okay.
trailers, any commercials. I'm not going to look at anything when they start pushing Infinity War. I'm not going to watch any of that.
But you're going to go find a hole to crawl into? Do you have a panic room or something you can do?
I'm just saying, I'm not going to watch
Okay.
it because I don't want to. Because trailers give too much away. Nowadays,
Hold on.
dude, trailers give too much away. They give too much away. What was that like? I was watching something, they were talking about the Spider-Man trailer, right?
Okay.
And it's like,
Sony
imagine-
is guilty for that.
Imagine,
Guilty of that.
Lou, you hear Lou? Listen to this. Imagine, Lou, if you didn't see the Spider-Man trailer, right? And so you didn't know about the incident on the ferry. And you're watching that for the first time in the context of the movie.
Right.
And you're like, oh my God, oh shit, he just tore the ferry in half. Oh my God, how's he gonna fix this? And then Iron Man shows up, you know, and it's like the cool thing about, the funny thing about Iron Man.
Did you just spoil something from
What?
Homecoming?
Yo, if you haven't seen Homecoming by now, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. We have passed the threshold of spoilerificness, spoilerosity. We passed the spoilerosity threshold.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, talking about trailers. we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna segue
Can't find the line for you.
into. Well, it's not on that one. It's on the other one. We're gonna segue into our first
Topic of the
day, which is the early cut of the Justice League has been deemed unwatchable. Substantial changes are being made. That's what the internet is saying.
Substantial changes.
Based on articles and news and such like that.
Not a pickup here, a little slight tweak there, substantial. And what I've heard, $25 million worth of, if I'm not mistaken, $25 million worth of reshoots. That's a lot of money. That's not. That's a film. You know what I mean?
So, if by all means, feel free to jump in at any point, obviously.
Okay.
So, these are my thoughts on what's happening over there. And a lot of people. All right, so I read some other articles on this, right? Okay. And some people are blaming Joss Whedon for this. They're saying, "Oh, of course you bring Joss. Joss is going to do this. Joss." Let me explain something. Let me explain something to the internet and to people out there who kind of aren't really paying attention. Zack Snyder. Oh, also, and on top of that, they're saying that the reports that come from the studio are that it's too dark. The tone is too dark. Right. Okay. So first of all, this is not an opinion piece. I'm going to be stating facts throughout this whole bit here. So Zack Snyder made Justice League too dark. First of all, Zack Snyder also made Man of Steel too dark, and he made BVS too dark, and
he makes everything too dark.
He makes everything too dark, and we've been seeing Justice League footage. We've been seeing Justice League footage for months. How long? When did that first teaser come out?
I'd say almost a year ago.
Almost a year ago, we've been seeing. So that means they've known, and let's just assume. Let's just imagine that they don't watch dailies. Okay, just for the sake of this argument,
all right.
We'll assume that they don't watch any dailies. Even if they didn't watch any dailies, for a year now, they've known how dark Justice League is.
Right,
for a year now, they've known how they've been doing Cyborg.
Right.
Because you're complaining about Cyborg too. And
the script was the script. The script got greenlit when they started shooting, so there's no way for them to not know.
So they knew all this stuff.
Right.
So my theory, my belief in this is what happened was they had to ask Zack Snyder to just not come into work
the next day.
You know, and
Monday. You know what? Take the day.
And they bring in Joss, and then the rumor was the story was that they were bringing in Joss Whedon to do some rewrites and some touch-ups, and the movie was 95% done, whatever it was. Let me tell you something. You don't bring in Joss. I think I said this last week, but you don't bring in a Joss Whedon to do touch-ups.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't. Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon are two.
They're completely disparate.
Every level,
right?
On every level, there's nothing similar about their styles at all, other than they're both white men. There's nothing similar about them.
You can't find two working filmmakers that are any more different than Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon.
Exactly, and
particularly working within this genre.
And they're both A-list.
Yep.
They're both top tier. Mm-hmm. So it's like you don't bring in somebody who's drastically different than the person you already have to do some pickups. To be like, we need to get a shot of Batman picking up this coffee at the diner.
Right.
So Joss, come in and shoot that for us. That's not what you do. You bring in someone like Joss Whedon when you want to completely 100%
rework the piece.
187 flip remake the movie.
Right.
So I'm of the mind that they brought Joss in to remake this movie, and they couldn't just flat out say we're going to scrap what Snyder did and start from scratch, because people are going to blow up if that happens. And all them. So they had to systematically, bit by bit, piece out excuses
as to why this change is going to happen.
It's like, oh, the tone. Oh, we don't like how Cyborg is being done. Oh, Superman has a mustache. Oh, we better go back and shoot for another month of all new stuff. So I just feel like now this whole Justice League is unwatchable is one more cog in the machine of we need more time to fix little bits right here. While in reality, Joss Whedon is remaking the entire film.
I think the unwatchable description is a little exaggerated.
Yeah.
But I think what they're looking at is they're looking at this Justice League film as being, it's a part of B versus S.
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman. So it's got that same tone, that same look, those same kind of themes, and that film's divisive. Period. It made money. It did not make the money they wanted it to make. That film is divisive. Man of Steel, divisive. They looked and saw that these films are dividing people, and it's not doing what they wanted it to do. So now they want to make this hard left.
Well, because Wonder Woman came out.
Because Wonder Woman came out, and they jumped the gun by making Zack their guy. Mm-hmm. You know, their shepherd, their Kevin Feige, if you will, and he's taking them down the wrong path. He's taking down a path that obviously fans are not 100% on board with.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna. So who they go get? They go get the dude that made the Avengers.
Yeah.
All the working directors in Hollywood, they go get the cat that they went and got the competition.
Yeah.
Visually, he's a completely different filmmaker. Oh, here's what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I think because the rumor that these reshoots are gonna cost them $25 million. What they're reshooting is all character stuff. They're gonna keep Snyder's visuals, all of the action, all that stuff that's shot, that's in the can, that's been previs, the effects are done. Because this thing's coming out in 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months.
4 months. So that stuff's got to be done.
Yeah.
To whatever degree. All they're doing now is character stuff. They're bringing in, they're trying to lighten the tone, bringing more heart into this piece, and it's going to be interesting to see how these two styles blend.
Yeah.
Snyder's not known for being specifically touchy-feely with his work, you know.
Yeah.
And Whedon is. Whedon's very. I don't know. He's not a soft filmmaker. That's not the right word.
No, but he's very he's
character-centric.
Character-centric. His banter.
It's humane.
Yeah, it's very humane. It's very
relatable and light.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about it. Like it's the reason why men and women, boys and girls of all ages. Not everybody, but a good number, watch Buffy and love Buffy. Mm-hmm. You know, and then the guy that did Buffy went ahead and he did Angel. Mm-hmm. You know, and this is the same kind of thing. This is all the way through the line of all the shows. I mentioned them all last week. Mm-hmm. But it's
Serenity.
You know, that's a guy who can kind of speak to, the human aspect of people. Whereas Zack Snyder speaks to the visual aspects,
right.
Things. So,
another thing to remember is that
I
know a lot of people like to shit on Snyder. But Snyder's not a writer.
Right.
Snyder's shooting other people's words. You know, I mean, I know as a director he does have a hand in shaping the script, but he didn't write these films.
Right.
So most of the things that people are complaining about with the Snyder approach, that's David Goyer, who wrote Batman vs Superman. That's Nolan, who helped produce and break the story on Man of Steel.
Right.
That's Terrio, who also wrote Batman vs Superman. Chris Terrio, he wrote Argo with Ben Affleck.
Right.
Affleck brought him in. He's shooting what's on the page. So what's on the page has this dark tone that's divisive and very much unlike the characters as we've all come to know and understand them and love them. That's not 100% Snyder's fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Whereas Whedon is a lot more. Whedon knows how to get into what makes people tick and who these characters are as a writer and a director.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
As a director, Whedon's cool. He's okay, but he's not. He doesn't have that dynamic visual style that Snyder does.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm
saying? But he's about character.
Yeah.
And he's about relationships and he's about people.
Right.
So there you go. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? On what's going on over there with the house that the frog built?
Right.
Put your comments below. Let us know what you think. You guys have any questions? By all means, hit us up. I promise we'll try to get to them. And there it is. So moving right along.
All right. Next thing. Next on the docket for the day is this came out.
It's mostly in a. This is all right. So this is an opinion piece that was posted online, but I find it kind of interesting what they're talking about. So we're gonna address this opinion piece and kind of give our 2 cents on it. And by all means, you guys chime in. Let us know what you think about it as well. So this is from WeGotThisCovered.com. They made a list of 7 upcoming superhero films that are really unnecessary. Really unnecessary. So in this world where pretty much how Westerns did back in the day, we are pretty much guaranteed to get superhero action, shenanigans, phenomenon, spectacle a couple times a year.
Right.
You know, it's just at least it's kind of just become part of like, oh, what's the next one coming out?
Right.
You know, I know in 3 months I'm gonna get this, and then I'm gonna get that, then I'm gonna get that, and you know, for the most part, well, not even that, because some companies just do a really bad job, and some companies do a really good job. So it's been kind of give and take here and there with superhero stuff, but there is such a thing as oversaturation, and too much of a good thing
is a bad thing, and I think we are rapidly reaching that point.
We are rapidly reaching that point because it's gotten to the point where it's like the original things, the first things that came out were strong and powerful. You know, kind of like the nuance of them. You know, it was very impactful. The first things we got, but then as people kind of saw, like music. You know, the innovator, the first person who comes out with this kind of style, it's like it blows up.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, people are like, well, wait a minute. We should get money too.
Right.
So let's do the same thing.
Right.
Let's just remake the same movies. Or like, what comic books are out there? Let's just do comic books. Let's just do superheroes. Like, I don't read superheroos. I just, well, who cares?
But we own these properties. So
we own these properties, and it's fun. And you know, that's what's kind of.
Avengers made $1 billion.
Avengers made $1 billion. Well, then on top of that, you get the anomaly of Guardians of the Galaxy. You get Guardians of the Galaxy that nobody heard of.
Right.
All right, some people heard of it, but majority of folks did not ever hear of have never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. And what happens? Guardians of the Galaxy is undoubtedly one of the best and most profitable, you know, inner franchises of the superhero genre.
And completely unknown.
Completely unknown.
Prior to the release.
And so what does that do? That then gives people motivation to say, well, it doesn't even matter if anyone knows what these characters are at all.
There doesn't have to be any of these people.
Because they're going to watch it.
Right.
They're going to tune in. They're going to watch this movie because it's superheroes, and we'll throw a movie star or 2 in it, and some sexy girls and explosions, and they'll come check it out.
Some effects, we're all good,
Yeah, but I don't agree with that. I think what's going to happen is that, of course, the actual fans, the actual people who know what these properties are and what they should be and what stories should be, they're going to start checking out. And then the casual viewers are going to be like, I'm good. I've already seen one this year.
I'm good. They're all the same anyway.
You know, they're all the same anyway, and they're going to check out. And then no one's going to buy your $20 ticket for your $300 million movie.
Right, so there it goes.
But we'll see. We'll see. So anyway...
and these films we're about to talk about are the reason that people are talking about superhero fatigue. We're talking about the bubble bursting, and it's because of decisions like this. So you want to get into it?
We'll get into it. First one? We'll get into it, and we're gonna skim through these. We won't take too much time out of your lives. But we're just gonna skim through them and give our quick opinion on it, and then you guys chime in and let us know what you think about it. Comment section, whatever you want. And all right, so here we go. First up is Silver and Black. Silver and Black is Silver Sable and Black Cat.
Okay, show of hands. How many people know who those characters are?
Oh yeah, I know who they are. All right, I know who Black Cat is.
I know who they are, but
I'm familiar with Silver Sable. But
why?
They are low-level support characters in the Spider-Man world.
Right.
And Spider-Man is not going to be in these movies. Black Cat and Silver Sable, and I don't, yeah, okay, sure. I mean, I think that it's somebody trying to capitalize on, now that Wonder Woman has officially burst the bubble of, female-led superhero films.
Now everybody's jumping on the.
Yeah, everybody's like, well, then this is what they want. But it's like, no, it's not. We want quality over quantity.
I'm checking her name. This has Gina Prince Brightwood directing. Black female filmmaker, very accomplished. She's got a long list of credits, and whereas I think this is a completely. I think this is bad. This film is a bad idea. I really want to see her break into this industry somehow, and break into this mainstream filmmaking kind of thing. I don't know if this is the project.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who wants this movie. Who wants a Silver Sable Black Cat movie that doesn't have Spider-Man in it?
Yeah. Well, I'd rather
and that's
just
the connective tissue.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just like introduce. Why not just introduce Black Cat later down the line
in a Spider-Man,
right. movie,
and then maybe.
Then maybe spin her off.
Right.
But whatever. Next we have Suicide Squad 2. I don't really have anything to say about Suicide Squad 2. I mean,
well, they keep switching directors, so
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't either.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think honestly, I don't think any of these movies are gonna happen. The ones that we're about to miss. I don't think Silver and Black is gonna happen. I don't think Suicide Squad 2 is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Next we have the Hellboy reboot. So sure, I'm not against it or for it either way. My only issue with it is that Ron Perlman isn't that old. He was old when he did the other ones,
right.
So he's the same old, and he's covered in prosthetics anyway. So who cares?
He's the same.
And he's the same old. But Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman have been wanting to do a third movie.
Right.
It's like a generation of folks know Ron Perlman as Hellboy.
Right.
That he just set the tone, and he still wants to do it,
right.
And he still can do it. And they've been doing it for years. They've been trying to get it off the ground, and it's just not going anywhere, not doing anything. And now, I don't know the politics behind the closed doors. But just as a fan, as a viewer, I'm like, just let Ron Perlman and Guillermo do one more,
right?
And then reset everything
if you just
with somebody else, if you have to. That's my
thing. Give them 3 strong. The first 2 were good, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Golden Army was cool.
Yeah, so just give them a third one, let them go out, with the full trilogy and keep it moving. And instead of why are you rebooting this film? Why? Is anybody asking for Hellboy? Did you ask for this?
I didn't ask for it.
You didn't? I think you did. Okay.
I mean, if it's good, I'll watch it.
Yeah, but you didn't ask for it.
No, I didn't. I didn't ask for any of these movies. All right, then we have Gambit.
Gambit has been in the pipeline for at least 2 years.
So I don't care.
I
don't care about Gambit. I mean, I care about Gambit, my man. I like Gambit. I feel at this point it's like.
But shouldn't he be part of the group dynamic?
He should be part of the group, but that goes back to, you know what? We'll wait. We'll wait until let's just wait until Phoenix comes out, and then we can talk about what's happening over there. Right. So we're gonna hold off the Gambit conversation until the new XMen movie is ramping up and coming out, because there's a lot of things we can talk about with XMen that I feel we will get into inadvertently here if we start this now. So moving right along. Bloodshot.
Bloodshot is from the Valiant universe, if I'm not mistaken. It's interesting because it's not part of the big 2, which would be Marvel, DC. So it's interesting them trying to do something with a, I guess, independent comic line. I don't know, Blush, I guess. I don't know why. And then apparently Jared Leto has been attached to it. That's the rumor. Again, did you love him as Joker? Did you? That's all I got.
I don't have anything for this.
I don't know anything about it. I could fill this with what I know about Bloodshot.
New Mutants.
All
right.
I'm mutant out.
I'm mutant out too.
I'm tired.
There's so much. There's so much going on. It's like
Logan kept that world off perfectly.
Well, I think the thing with the mutants is that there are so many. There are so many mutants. Look it up. I'm not gonna. You look it up. You do the work. There are thousands of mutants.
Easily.
And there are so many that the A-list ones stand out, and the B-list ones almost kind of stand out. But just focus on the A-list. Just focus on the A-list. So just focus on the people that we already know. And we got 2 TV shows already come in. And all right, fine. We rebooted the XMen universe a couple times. We reset it a couple times. All right, fine. We got Deadpool starting his own mutant universe.
Right. Let that play. Let Deadpool play.
There's so many, and there's so many to the point where it's like the powers are ridiculous. In one of the new books that I read, one of the mutant powers is farting.
Stop it.
It's farting.
Stop it.
He farts.
Is it true?
That's true. That's true.
So effective. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the book in here with me. It's in the other room somewhere. But yeah,
see, that's what happens when you run out of ideas.
Run out of ideas.
It looks like. I don't care. This new, I don't like I said, Logan. From Logan to Deadpool, that's the perfect way to end one world that super serious Bryan Singer created, X world, and kick it into this Deadpool world, which is a lot more fun and loose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's go with that instead of more angsty teenagers with powers.
And then last but not least, they talk about Black Adam. Black Adam is something the Rock's been pushing. It's been interesting because first they were saying that he's going to be a part of the villain in Shazam, or the anti in Shazam.
Right.
But they didn't have Shazam, but they have Black Adam.
They have Black Adam.
And it's like right then, it's like, this is weird. It feels weird.
Yeah.
So now they're talking things. There's rumors going around that no, Black Adam's going to have his own movie, separate from Flash, which is fine because Black Adam is his own character. But I just think it's funny they've kind of push Shazam to the side.
Right.
And that now Dwayne's going to be
doing a Black Adam movie is like doing a Loki movie. Black Adam and Shazam are intrinsically tied together. That's his villain.
Yeah.
That'd be like doing a Loki movie without doing a Thor movie, or doing a Red Skull movie without doing a Cap movie.
Wait, what's sad? What are you talking about? Rebecca said something sad. We talked too fast. I think I already passed what she said. Clarify what you're saying. I'd appreciate that. Namaste. Yeah, Black Adam.
I think you know what I think this Black Adam thing is. I think this is every studio in town trying to get into the Dwayne Johnson business. So they're just kind of throwing everything at him and hoping something will stick.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Doc Savage movie with Dwayne Johnson as Doc Savage, written and directed by Shane Black. Anything else, I don't care about any of the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, me neither. All right, moving on right along. You want to do this one?
What's this?
This is the Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead, kick this one off. Bam.
So, for some reason, they're doing an Edge of Tomorrow sequel, and I don't know why. Or a prequel, whatever. Because now they're not really sure what it is.
That is sad.
I don't care. They had a nice one-off that unfortunately people didn't really respond to because it wasn't that big of a hit. It should have been a bigger hit. What the? That's crazy.
There's ghosts here. Hold on.
Right. Whoa. That's because I was talking bad about Ghostbusters. The remake Ghostbusters, by the way, not the far superior original from the 80s. Yeah. So this Edge of Tomorrow remake. This Edge of Tomorrow prequel, sequel, something. Go see Edge of Tomorrow.
Go see Edge of Tomorrow.
Great movie. Watch it, rent it, buy it, stream it, however you want to watch it. But I just don't feel like there's anything there because they told a story.
They did tell a story.
You know,
and it's good.
It's a great story.
It's so good. Edge of Tomorrow, or retitled Live, Die, Repeat, based off the graphic novel.
Yep.
Something about kill.
All you need is kill.
All you need is kill.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow is a really good. It's a really good movie. Mm-hmm. It didn't do as well, but that's because they marketed it weird. But it's a really good. It's probably one of Tom Cruise's best movies.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Definitely within the last several years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need more. It was really good. The movie by itself is it's a good story. It's a good beginning, middle, and end.
It's not a franchise.
It's not a franchise. Not everything needs to be a franchise.
No.
It's a really strong piece all by itself. Emily Blunt was fantastic in it.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton, rest in peace. He was fantastic. It's just there's just so.
That's there.
There's nothing. It's so good. The side characters are good. Like the story is good. The monster is good. Everything in it is really good and it's really interesting. It's really engaging. That I mean, it really is kind of like this power. All right. So
don't spoil it.
It's not a spoiler.
But hadn't seen it yet.
It's not a spoiler. Okay. It's not a spoiler. I mean, it is. It's in the title of the film. It's Groundhog's Day. It's Groundhog's Day. It's a sci-fi, monster alien version of Groundhog's Day.
Okay.
And it's like it served its purpose right there. What's going on. So I don't really see what more you can pull
without retelling the same story.
Without retelling the same story. So I think that. As someone who normally doesn't mind sequels, and I invite continuations of universes and stories, I think that Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow, All You Need Is to Kill, I think that it's really good on its own. And it's something that's good, close the book,
let it be.
Let's read another story about somebody else doing something else somewhere else.
Right.
Last topic of the day is again kind of an opinion-ish kind of thing. So we're going to talk about last topic of the day, guys. Is in regards to support characters in the MCU, in the original MCU lineup, and kind of their place in the greater span of the world. So, for a little while now, people have been kind of bouncing around. What are we gonna do with Hawkeye and Black Widow? Black Widow. Should they get their own? Should there be a Black Widow spinoff movie? Can Jeremy Renner have his own Netflix series? Charlie Cox says he thinks Black Widow should make an appearance in Defenders and Daredevil world. My thoughts on that is I wouldn't mind seeing a team-up Black Widow Hawkeye movie. It doesn't necessarily need to be within the context of the continuity for me.
It has to be a mission.
A mission. I would love to see, like in the first Avengers, when it's like she's talking about Barton and then showing that clip on dude's laptop of they're somewhere fighting and he's talking about like what happened in Kosovo or wherever the hell they were. It's like I'd love to see that. I would love to see Black Widow and Hawkeye in the context of what they did before the world went superhero.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. That would basically be a S.H.I.E.L.D. movie. Nick Fury sending Hawkeye and Black Widow out, maybe with some other operatives. Or maybe some crazy, suicide type mission. And that's the film. That's a nice mid-range, mid-budget film that they could put out. That's more on the espionage level rather than on some superhero shit.
Yeah.
Espionage, high adventure kind of movie. Because Hawkeye's an adventurer.
Yeah.
And so is Black Widow. She's a spy. Well, they're both spies in this new, iteration. But yeah, that would be a perfect way to, I think, fight this. Going back to our larger context about superhero fatigue, kind of help fight that thing by taking these characters and putting them in different type of scenarios, to where it's not always big, colorful explosions, huge world-ending stakes. It can be smaller stories with Hawkeye, with Black Widow, with Falcon, with War Machine, with Fury, with these peripheral characters.
Yeah. Let
them do some things that doesn't involve Thor, Cap, Hulk, Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way. That would be a good, clever way to handle those characters.
And then kind of keeping everything fresh and alive.
Yeah, keep it fresh and alive. And not forcing them into this, where they wouldn't really fit.
Like in Infinity War. Well, there's all this talk about why don't we see these film characters show up in like these series, in the Netflix series, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, a lot of it's just that's kind of how the business doesn't really work that way. You're talking about how much a film actor makes with his contract and his rate versus what they're willing to pay for a TV show. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a big A-lister like Renner or I just blanked on her name, Black Widow.
Oh, Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett, like how much they make versus what they're paying Charlie Cox or Mike Coulter or
which is nothing.
Which is
barely nothing.
Nothing, exactly.
I mean, it would have to be a situation where, like, you know, that actor, a lot of things would have to be involved. Like, that actor would have to want.
Right.
It would almost have to be like they'd have to kick it off.
Yeah.
They'd have to be like, I really want to be in this.
In that show. Right.
In that show.
Right.
You know, I really want to be in that show. You know, I don't need nothing. You know, pay me scale.
Yeah.
And then they'd have to, you know, bully their agents into letting them.
Letting them do it. And that's the other part. Getting their team to sign off on it.
You know.
And then there's scheduling.
And there's scheduling.
Which is always a problem.
Yeah. The thing is, like, a lot of these people are, like, constantly working.
They go from film to film.
Yeah, and even, like, you think about, oh, well, I just saw so-and-so just showed up on Jimmy Kimmel. Or so-and-so just did Conan. Or so-and-so was on the Today Show. That was scheduled way in advance.
Yeah.
Like way time in advance. You know,
and they're only there for like an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is.
Max, yeah. So it's like, you know, you try to squeeze them into a television schedule, which is way more fluid than that. And it's not. A TV's filming schedule is very alive. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really know necessarily what's going to be happening in a week-to-week basis. You can try to figure it out, but then anything can happen and kind of screw it up. So, I mean, you know, they did manage to get Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson in a big role on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, a few seasons ago, right.
You know, so they did manage to get Sam Jackson doing that. But I think that was he wanted to do it.
Right.
So he wanted to do it, so they kind of made it happen. I think if Jeremy Renner really wanted to pop in on Daredevil, you know...
Oh, I'm sure they'd figure a way.
They'd figure a way.
I think the other thing about the Netflix shows is that their shooting schedule is probably even tighter than like a network schedule.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that the easiest way that any of that could work would be the reverse of that. Like, I think it'd be easier to figure out a way to get Charlie Cox into Spider-Man.
Right.
You know, like, get them into a movie. It'd be easier to figure out how to get one of the Netflix guys into one of the films than to get one of the film guys into one of the shows.
Right.
That's my opinion.
That's kind of how it works. And they're cheaper, and their schedules are probably a lot more flexible.
Yeah.
You know, because it's easier to say, hey, we're going to be shooting this Black Widow movie from August to November. And
you're being nice. Let's say August to February.
Yeah, okay.
You know, we're shooting Spider-Man 2. We got a 5-month window where we're shooting Spider-Man 2. You know.
And we want to get Renner. We're going to get Charlie Cox in. So we're going to need you for these weeks.
Yeah.
Or these days in this particular month to come in, get your stuff in, get you out of there.
Yeah, and then I mean, then if they were really thinking about it, then they'd be like, all right, I need the Daredevil side of it. Be like, all right, look. I need that camera operator to come. I need this guy to come. And same time we shoot this scene with Daredevil and Spider-Man for Spider-Man movie, we're gonna also cover it for Daredevil.
Right.
That's how you get both of them.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get them twice.
Going. Yeah. So it's not impossible, but it's highly improbable.
Yeah.
That you get A-list actors to show up on TV. It just doesn't really happen.
Doesn't happen much, unless they wanted to, and then they figure it out.
Right.
You know, like Chris Pratt showed up on Mom with Anna Faris.
It's because that was his wife.
That was his wife.
That was his wife.
I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Celebrity rumors. Not this show.
Not this show. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in for Crate Talk.
Appreciate it.
We always appreciate you guys. We love you guys. If you guys have any questions, hit us up. When we finish filming, we'll talk a little bit if you want. Otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in. What we'll be doing is, this will be the main show. We're going to break this up into segments, smaller segments to also put up on a daily basis. So you can get much smaller chunks. And then, like I said, coming in a couple months, we'll be doing the superhero TV show where I'll be talking about the DC shows because I watch all the DC shows.
And guess who won't be on those shows?
Guess who won't be on those shows? But it's all good. And then our buddy Lynn will be coming back next week. Thanks for coming back. Great talk. Love you guys.
Oh, anything you want us to talk about, hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. You can hit us up on the Facebook page. You can hit us up on Instagram. You can hit us up. You can hit us up almost on every platform. It's hashtag or at Crate Talk TV.
Yep.
All right. Once again, that's Scott.
That's Adam.
And we're out of here.
Peace.
Thanks.